It's all for you. Yeah, yo. There whenever it matters, and even more when you feel like it doesn't. Protect you so you never feel like you wasn't. Know I'm right alongside you. Either that or I'm behind you, but always got you. End of discussion, nothing means more. First one to offer is shoulders for what you reach for. Thought I saw the eyes of the world until I seen yours. And know that I ain't see a better view yet. I'm with whatever, so don't ever you fret. Know that you covered, not a hurdle or a heartbreak. A change what a partake, cause none of them won't ever get comfortable in your walkway. My job is to aware you, fully loaded, prepare you for all of the above that I'm never letting get near you. But still in all, give you every advantage I found. Couldn't find a better fit for them, along with my crown. And since the baton was passed, I've been down. Cause failing's not an option, and dad is not a noun, not at all.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Ishmael from Dad Is Not a Noun. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm doing well. I have a special guest with me. He's back here with me again. This brother is amazing. Just a dope ping pong player. Just a dope human being. Wally Green is back in the building with me. Wally Green, what's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Hey, man, I'm good. It's a pleasure to be here as usual, and it's always great to be back, bro.
No, man, I feel the love, and thank you for coming on, and thank you for doing what you're doing, because the one thing you're doing is you showing that Black people can do anything. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to sports, I know like back in the days, you know, you weren't really into ping pong. Like, nah, that's not me. Yeah. And ping pong is now your life. So I love that you're showing Black people that, you know, you don't have to be a basketball player. You don't have to be in those stereotypes. You, whatever you're passionate about and what you like, you can do it, and it's accepted.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I want to just give you love for that. And then also I want to give you love too. A lot of people don't give that game a lot of love that it should get credit for, the table tennis. Because people got to realize that engine they use for table tennis is the same engine that was used in Grand Theft Auto 4.
Well, no, the Grand Theft Auto 4 is my voiceover. I did a voiceover for Grand Theft Auto 4.
No, I was talking about the actual engine. The engine of making the game started with table tennis.
No, the Grand Theft Auto actually was first.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, Grand Theft Auto 3 was already released, and then I made the table tennis game with them.
Right.
And then they made Grand Theft Auto 4.
Oh, because the way I read it was the engine they used initially was for table tennis, and eventually became the engine for like Grand Theft Auto, and then also
you could be right. You can read Red Dead Redemption. Oh wow, yeah. So that part, I don't have no idea about that.
And so that's big if you think about it. In the gaming world. Like, I'm a gamer. I know you're a gamer too. That's huge to be a part of a game that kind of became like the engine that influenced other like popular games after that.
Right.
Pretty dope, man. You in some historical kind of footnotes, brother. I'm just letting you know that, man.
That's why I have my special quote that I made.
Okay, what's the quote?
I don't think I ever told you my quote.
Tell me your quote.
So I have two quotes. I'll tell you one of them. One of my quotes says, "Anyone can generate wealth, but what have you done to create history?" That's my quote, Wally Green.
I love that, man. I love that. You gonna put that on a shirt?
Yo, I am actually. I am.
Take my money today. Can I pre-order one right now?
No, I'm saying.
I appreciate it. But yeah, man, let's get into it, man. I'm a big fan of yours. I love what you're doing. I listened to that amazing interview you did with Concrete. That was a dope interview. Shout out to them, Concrete. One of the things that kind of stuck out with me was in the beginning of the interview when you talked about how when you're a part of a tribe, you're protected.
Yeah.
Like, talk about that a little bit.
Well, you know, like you already know, I grew up in the projects, you know, a lot of violence, you know, the whole gang thing. And one of a lot of people, they always say, well, people who don't know will say, he didn't have to do that. You know, he had a choice. That's totally wrong. You actually don't have a choice. The choice is don't go out ever. I mean, now if you can not ever go out of your house, okay, you have a choice, but that's not really a choice, right? You know, where I grew up, you know, there's more than one gang. In most places, there's more than one gang. Some people who don't know, they think one projects equals one gang. Oh, it can be 3, it can be 4, it can be 1, right? So if you want to be protected, you need to join something. If you don't join something, you'll get beat up by everything, right? So you'll have problems with everyone, right? So everyone is gonna, try to bully you, or maybe try to force you to join their gang, right? So the thing is, like, for me, you know, it's you choose someone who you think that can protect you from the others, and that also gives you a certain kind of credit against other gangs, right? Because another gang may not be as powerful as your gang. I mean, as your gang, right? So they might say, you know what, yo, don't mess with him because he's part of that gang, right? So it gives you a certain kind of protection. You know, it gives you people that you can count on to be there for you. If you ever have a problem, you know that they're going to be there for you, because they have to. They have to, because you're part of them. It's like a family.
Right. And then talk about, because I know one of those phrases is you can't pick your family, but you can pick your friends.
Yeah.
And I know you dealt with some trauma growing up, especially in a home where your mom was with your stepfather, who was very abusive to her. And I know you witnessed it too. Did you witness it as a child?
Yeah, every day. It was a everyday. It was pretty much everyday thing. Yeah. So I grew up with that, watching my mom get beat up.
And then how did that kind of affect you with your relationship with your mom? I know how it affected you with your stepfather, but your mom, seeing her being abused, but she's your protector, and as a child you kind of feel hopeless because you can't help because you're a child. So you're in a dilemma. So, like, talk about that a little bit.
So for me, as a kid, watching your mom get beat up all the time, the one thing that you want to do is you want to help. You want to protect your mom, but you can't, right? Because you don't have the strength to do it. You don't know how to do it, right? So that's really hard on a kid. I mean, every day you want to protect your mom, every day you can't, every day your mom get beats up, right? And so then what happens is, for me, it started putting me in a very just really evil kind of mindset. Like, I always kept thinking of, how can I kill my stepfather? And I started thinking this at 9. Wow. At nine, I already had plans. I had ways. Like, one of the ways was, I grew up, like I said, grew up in the projects, and roaches are known to the projects, right? And you have and there's so many ways you can kill them, sprays, but there's one particular way, which is called boric acid. Boric acid's a powder, right? And at 9 years old, I had experimented with opening up my stepfather's capsules and seeing if the boric acid could fit in it, which it could, because it's powder, right? I never went through with it, but it wouldn't have been that hard to just slip one of those capsules that I put stuff in and put it in a pill, right? So for a kid to be thinking, for a 9-year-old kid to be thinking, about how he's gonna kill his stepfather is insane. It's crazy. There was so many ways I was thinking. Even the old school, he loves to sit in his car thing. He always goes sit in the car for hours. Take fucking socks and put it in the muffler, like the old school, carbon dioxide killer that you don't even know, that he won't even know. So all these things at 9 was already in my head, and because of that, I just had hatred. I had to take it out somewhere, right? Because as a kid, when you're feeling this aggression, like you want to kill someone. Where does it go? It doesn't. People think, oh, you get over. No, you don't get over it. It doesn't disappear. It doesn't just like, boom, it's gone. No, it doesn't. It's in you and it stays in you until you explode and do something crazy, right? So how do you get it out? You join a gang and you take it out on everybody else and you blame every other person for what's going on in your house, even people that had nothing to do with the problem in the first place. And then that's how I dealt with it.
And I could see your point. It's like, you know how the water boy, how like he would just see people that would dog him,
right?
Their face, and he'll react to it. And I can imagine you seeing your stepfather's face on somebody.
Yes, all the time, all the time.
Like, I'm gonna get you.
Yeah, whenever I got violently angry, it wasn't so much that the person actually made me that violently angry. It was I got angry and then boom, flash. My stepfather and then that anger that I had toward my stepfather is what came out on people. Like I remember some of the crazy things I did as a kid. Like I'm talking about junior high school. I remember one time, a girl said, I forgot what she said. I can't remember what she said. But she said something kind of stupid, and it was pertaining sort of to your mom, my mom, like one of those mom joke kind of things, and I didn't take it as a joke at all. And I remember I had a box in my hand, and I bust her in the face, blood all over the place, her nose, blood everywhere, just pouring out everywhere. Right. And people were like, "Yo, there's something wrong with this kid, man." And something was wrong with me. I was extremely violent, and it didn't matter who it was, guy, girl, dog. I didn't care. It didn't matter who it was because it was just me taking all the aggression from being home, seeing my mom get beat up, can't do anything about it. All that anger inside was getting released out into the world.
And I understand when people talk about, personal responsibility, you got to take ownership of your own action. But as a child, you how do you understand that if that's not taught to you?
Yeah.
As a child, you see your mom get beat up. You don't really have a relationship with your stepbrother, because I remember from the interview, it's like your stepdad, had more favoritism to him because that was his son. And so you see that, and then you see this hopelessness of your mother. Like, what can you do? As a child, you're like, why are you still with him? Like, I know that it seeps in your head. It's like, why are you here?
Right.
That's at the same time, you not realizing, but you think about it in hindsight, it was because of necessity. Like, where were you gonna go?
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
So, but yeah, just talk about that dynamic of your stepbrother a little bit.
So, my stepbrother was like the, how you say it, the special one, right? Because my stepfather used to always tell me, "Oh, you're gonna die, or you're gonna be in jail for the rest of your life," and "Oh yeah, you're gonna do good." And for him, he's gonna do good, and all the good stuff went to him. If I did something stupid, I got hit for it. If he did something stupid, he didn't get hit for it. So, it was that really blatant in your face, like, yo, you're not my kid. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really like my stepbrother so much. I sort of liked him as we got older.
Right.
As we got older, then we were cool. Like when we got a little older, because we did the same dumb shit. That's the problem. And we did a lot of dumb shit. Like, a lot of dumb shit. And so as we got older, then I became a little bit more closer to him. Not closer, but we were cool.
Cool.
Like we were cool because we were doing the same stuff.
Right.
I like when I think of my stepbrother, like he actually recently passed away. Like
I'm sorry to hear that.
Last 6 months, 7 months, maybe 8 months, which is weird because he's young. But I don't know, he had a heart attack and something. But when I think of my stepbrother, I remember this situation always. It's real because it's a really crazy. If you think about kids, it's a crazy situation. So my stepbrother comes home, and he was like, yo, I got a new piece, and I was like, what you got? And then he took out his bag. He had this sawed-off shotgun, right? And I was like, oh shit, let me see it. So I took it out and I pointed at him. I was gonna pull the trigger, right? Because I didn't think it was loaded.
Right.
It's fucking loaded. It was literally, and he was like, no, it's loaded. But no, you hear these kind of accidents a lot. Like this is not something that's not normal. This happens a lot.
Right.
People don't realize it's loaded. And they start, oh yeah, I'm gonna shoot you, bang. Oh well, shit, you just killed your brother. Yeah. So when I think of him, I always remember that because I have fingers on the trigger for real, man. I could have just killed him right there. But So when we got a little older, then we were a little bit closer.
And then growing up with him, what was that dynamic? Did you guys even talk about or even bring up your mom being being?
No,
never.
We never spoke together about it at all, because actually that's a good question, man. Because I don't remember any conversation we ever had together about it at all. I mean,
he knew it happened. He saw it. So
he knew. That's crazy. Yeah, we never. I don't think he was bothered by it. I don't know. Actually, we never had that conversation, and I just think that he always got everything that he wanted from his dad. So maybe he thought that's how it's supposed to be. I don't know. We never had a conversation about it.
And then how was the relationship with your mom? I know you love your mom, but what was that relationship like? Like those times seeing your mom getting, beat, and then how was those conversations like?
We never had a conversation. My mom would leave, take me and my brother and go to her mom's house or something, right? But then always go back anyway. So it became like the same shit. Like we already knew, we're gonna go back anyway. Even though she left, we'll be back. And it was always the same thing. Right. It was pretty much the same. I had a good relationship with my mom until I got sent away for 2 years, and I came back and I was much stronger. I think at the time I was I was 16, and I was much stronger, and because I got sent away to Africa to boarding school. Wow. Right? Because that was the alternative of 10 years. Yeah. So I went there, I came back, and I was out there fighting the Africans, because the Africans were like, "You're not the real black. You eat butter." Yo, they were telling me I eat butter. I was like, "Yo, you talk, bro." So I was fighting a lot. I was always fighting the Africans. It was very funny. And then I wind up joining this military thing. It's called Man of War. It's like Boy Scouts times 9,000. It's like the closest thing to being in the army. Like they used to make you do now I look back at it, they used to make you do the dumbest stuff. And I still figure out why the hell they used to make us do this. They used to make you stand up like this, like straight up. And then they'll be like, falling like a leg of a tree, 1, 2. And then you have to stand straight and you have to fall straight down. Boom. It's crazy, man. My arms used to be all bruised up. Yeah, it was crazy.
I know I had to work on the core. The core got to be.
Because you're going straight down, man. And if you don't hold yourself, you're going to smash your face right into the concrete. And this is on concrete. This is not even like in the grass. It's not grass. It is crazy, craziest thing. My arms used to be all swollen. And so from being part of the Man of War thing, I got much stronger. And so when I came back, there was an issue where my stepfather and my mom was arguing, and my stepfather went to grab her by the throat. So he grabbed her like this by the throat, right? But that was nothing new. I mean, so we did all the time. But this time it was different because now I was a little bit older, much stronger, and he grabbed her by the throat. And I just turned, and at first I wasn't phased at all. I wasn't really phased. I was just normal. Right. And I just looked, and then he told me, he goes, oh, what are you looking at? If you look over here, you're gonna get the same thing. And then all of a sudden, something clicked. I don't know. Something just went. I don't even know how to explain it. It's like that bomb that was inside for years and years and years went off. And all I remember is I ran out the house. I went to go get a gun. I came back and put it to my stepfather's head, and I was gonna kill my stepfather. Like that point right there was I was gonna do it. It was ready, and I was gonna kill my stepfather. And then my mom started yelling and screaming, and then my mom calls the police, and my mom says, "Hey, you guys have to hurry. My son's trying to kill my husband."
Wow.
Not my husband is beating me up. My son's protecting me, but my son's trying to kill my husband. And then I was gonna kill my mom and my stepfather.
Wow.
All right, because now that's like the biggest ultimate betrayal that can happen to you as a kid. Yeah. All your life, every day from a young age, because my mom and my stepfather have been together since I was tiny, maybe 1 or 2. So all my life, I see my mom get beat up. All my life, I want to protect her. And finally, I can protect her. Then she turns against me. And I was shaking, I was crying, and I was going to kill my mom and my stepfather right there on the spot. And something, always when I was doing my stuff, I was always smart. I was never a stupid kid.
Right.
I did stupid shit, but I did stupid shit in a smart way. So I didn't get caught for a lot of stuff, because I was always smart. Right. And something came to me and says, yo, if you do this right now, everything your stepfather said about you is going to happen today.
Yeah.
You will be dead or either in jail for life. So just get out. And I just came to sense, and I was like, you know what? You two people deserve each other. I'm out of here. I never went back.
Wow.
And plus I had to get out the house because the police were coming.
Right.
I wasn't trying to go to jail after just coming back. So and I left and never went back. That was it. It was done.
But it was a point where you guys had a better relationship. When did that happen? You and your mom? Or
mom?
Yeah.
I don't talk to my mom.
Oh, you don't? Oh man. Oh wow.
Yeah. I don't talk to her. I tried before. But I can't. I can't. I don't, because the thing is that, like, it's one thing to be abused, and it's one thing to stay in an abusive relationship because maybe you feel that maybe it's part of your fault, or maybe you just can't get out because you're weak to get out. Right. But it's a total another thing after the dude's dead and gone, and you still don't acknowledge. Like, that makes me more crazy. Right. That makes me more crazy than anything. Not the fact that it all happened, the fact that now dude's dead, bro. Like, at least acknowledge the shit and be like, apologize or something. Like,
right.
The fact that you don't even acknowledge it, like, I can't do a person like that, because then what happens is every time I talk to her, that's what's gonna be on my mind. Right. No way I can't make it disappear. Can't disappear. So it's better. And then when I get in that mindset, then I get violent. I feel violent, and I don't want to feel violent like that, So for my own mental health, it's better that I just cut the ties and stay away. That way, I'm happy. I don't gotta get any acknowledgement from her. I don't gotta get any sorry. I don't gotta think about it.
Right.
Unless I'm doing an interview like this. But then you can see how anxious I get.
Yeah, I'm watching it right now, bro.
Yeah. So like, I literally just cut all family off. That's what I did for my own mental health. I think, like you mentioned before, mental health is so important, and I think a lot of people they stay in situations because it's my sister, it's my mom, it's my dad, it's my family, and I think it's crazy. Because you stay in those situations and then you're mentally stressed every single day. You're just destroying yourself little by little. If the relationship, I don't care if it's your mom, your dad, whoever it is, if it's not healthy, then you need to get out. And that's what I did. I removed myself from all family members. I don't talk to anyone, like zero. Once in a while, I get like my mom's side contact me, and it's very brief. It's very brief, like quick, in and out. Like, and half the time I don't even answer. But I just need to keep my own mental health, and the way I am now, it's great. And I don't need I don't need to have that stress and you know have that stress like mentally affect me, because it does, you know, it does. I mean, think about if every day I'm this hyper and every day I'm like this just crazy and feeling this evil, right? Think of what's gonna happen in a year from now. I'll be flipping, I'll be in the street like, you know, just like going crazy. Yeah, so I just got out of that, and it's been better ever since. And people, and you know, I always get the people that say, "Oh, it's your mom." And I'm like, "Yo, oh no, I get it's your mom." But the best thing that I always get from people, everybody says it, "Oh, you should do this, or you're gonna regret it." And I'm like, "Yo, you're not hearing what I'm telling you. Right. I'm not gonna regret anything. Right. That's my character. I'm not gonna regret nothing. Like, I don't regret anything. Right. I don't, because anything I do, I don't regret. People ask me always, if you would have went back when you were younger, would you change? No, because I don't regret anything I did. Everything I did made me the person I am today. Don't regret, and I will not regret this. So, yeah. But yeah, so
no, bro. No. I appreciate you, bro. Being honest and open on how you feel, man, because that's important. And again, like we were talking about before, it's important to talk about mental health.
Yes,
mental health is our top priority. And if you're in a situation where it's hindering your mental health, you have to get away. And that's why I started in the beginning with the being a part of the tribe is making you feel that you're protected. Right. And if you're in this tribe, and if it's not protecting you, you need to leave that tribe. Right. You're going to end up dead, in prison, or you can't even fathom what could happen. And so you have to alleviate yourself from that to heal.
Right.
And right now you're in a place of healing, and it just brings back those scars. Right. You know what I mean? But that's the one thing too, is it's important for us to talk about it, because if not, it's gonna stay in there, and then you're gonna have a situation where it's gonna trigger, and God forbid something happens.
Exactly.
But at least you talk about it. It's out there. Yes. To me, I feel like when you talk about your trauma, it's like chewing gum. When you put that stick of gum in and you chew it, your body relax.
Yes.
Now I feel that you're relaxed now. All that you got that out of your system.
Yeah, you can see, right? I'm like sweating, man.
Yeah.
I'm like sweating.
Yeah, man.
Because it triggers the hell out of me. It's like makes me really intense. When I think of the situation, because I can vividly see the situation. So I'm sweating. I get really intense, but also I don't mind talking about it very openly, because every time I talk about it, I feel like I just get a lot of stress out, and I feel fresh. So that's why I like, for me, if people don't ask, I don't bring it up. But if people do ask, I definitely don't mind talking about it, and I do that, and it's therapeutic for me too.
And you know what? This could save somebody's life.
Yeah,
hearing you. Because, you know, off air, we had a conversation that was it on TikTok, on your super TikTok? Yeah. Somebody reached out to you that was suffering from depression.
Yeah,
I was shocked that you responded. Talk about that.
Yeah, so I've been doing this TikTok, and my TikTok's been jumping off. It's been doing well, and I've been having a few super fans. Like the super fans, you have fans and you have super fans. Super fans are the ones that want to talk to you all the time. Like they contact you every day. Hey, how's everything? And I answer everyone back. That's my thing. And one of the fans actually, what happened is I went to their page. This is how it started. I went to their. I somehow got on the page, and the person was talking about that they're depressed, like right now, and they feel really depressed, and they don't know what to do, and that kind of stuff. So that was their post for the day, and I somehow I saw that post, and then, I can't just look at the post and then not comment on that. So what I do is I commented on the post. That's how it started. I commented and I said, hey, so what I do is I say, hey, I know you're feeling depressed. Try to find something that makes you happy. And I said, everyone in this room, everyone who's on this page, please send your favorite comedy movie that you know, or your favorite comedian. And I started, mine's Kevin Hart. And I tried to get people to reply, but some people don't care, man.
Right.
And a lot of people didn't reply. And then she replied, and then she said, oh, thank you so much. Looks like you're the only one. And I was like, yeah, I said, sometimes things are hard. Life is sometimes messed up, and you get dealt like the wrong hand. But, you got to stay up, watch comedy. I said, whenever I'm stressed, I find some comedy, and I laugh. And then she was like, thank you so much. And then now every day she contacts and I say, hey, are you good? How's your mental? Are you strong? He said, yeah, I'm feeling good. And then since I've been talking back and forth, it feels really much better. But the thing was, they were like, oh, I never thought that you would actually reach out or even care. That's what they said. And I was like, yeah, of course I care, man. I've been through craziness myself. And it's a human. I'm human. You're human. So I was going to make sure that you in a good mindset. Yeah. So it's pretty cool.
And that's powerful because it's just the power of how you're doing goes a long way.
Yeah.
Because I can have bad days and like say, hey, Ish, how you doing? What's going on? That make me feel good because it's like, oh, you care. That's dope. And then that's where the conversation starts. But that's powerful, especially I think as people look at like people like yourself, celebrities, they look at you're on this this pedestal, and they're shocked that you're reaching out to them genuinely to say, hey, I care about you. How are you doing?
That's the number one thing I get on my posts, and it would be worse. Listen, it would be a lot worse if like I really did social media. I never did social media until like the last 6-7 months. I had Instagram, never used it, didn't care, right? But imagine if I did do it and I had 1 million+ followers, right? This would be even more. Like I comment everyone, I reach out to everyone, and the number one thing I get is, oh man, I didn't think you would reach out. Why not? Well, I'm not gonna reach out. Of course if you make a comment on my page, I'm gonna comment back. It's just I don't know. I just find it as being I don't know, just being normal, human. Like if someone says, hey, that's a great job, I'm not going to just leave it blank. I'm going to say thank you.
Yeah.
Or if someone says, hey, what you did was stupid, my hood side's definitely not going to leave that blank, and I'm definitely confront you. So I comment everyone. I take time to comment back, and I think it's really important. A lot of celebrities or people, they don't do that. I mean, people say, oh, I don't have time, but there's time, man. Like when you wake up, that first 20 minutes, I use to comment back. I go through the comments real quick, and I comment everyone back. And then I take time to comment. Okay, maybe if I have 20 million followers, I can't answer every comment back, but I will still take the same amount of time that I take now to comment back to other people. And then those who want to reach out, I always say, I tell everybody, like if I go to people's page, and now it's becoming a thing on TikTok. She's not the first person I saw do this.
Right.
A lot of people now, they're going on TikTok to vent. They're going on TikTok to tell their true feeling to the world. Yeah. So a lot of times I'll go and I see it and I'll say, hey, if you ever want to talk, just hit me up in my DM. just send me a DM and we can talk. So it's just, I don't know. I think it's just being human and caring about other people.
And I think that's important. And one of my favorite quotes is from one of my favorite rappers. I don't know if you remember him. ID, EYEDEA, ID. He's a white rapper from Minneapolis that passed away at the age of 28, and just very talented rapper. But one of my favorite quotes from him is that all existence are interdependent, which it's right on point.
Right.
Everyone that lives, we're all connected somehow or some way, whether from a story, family, social media, we're all connected.
Yes.
And to recognize that person that you exist in this world is a powerful thing. And going back to your story and talking about a person that saved your life, um, uh, literally he saved your life. He took the time to be a part of your life and show you this skill. Um, if anyone that's watching this that want to go back to what we were talking about right now, you can go back to our previous interview, and he talked about the gentleman who basically taught him how to play ping pong and just opened his home and just opened everything to give him this opportunity that he's at right now. So just go there. That conversation we had was dope, but talk about the significance of that man, and then also talk about that you guys lost touch with each other, and have you came together? What's going on? What happened?
So years ago there was some war, I think, in Israel, something, and then we lost touch with each other. So, and then I went on to doing my own thing. Like I started doing my own thing through the table tennis world, and then I just took from that, just went like this, and then so my focus was more on just doing all the stuff that I was doing, and it really didn't come up until I started doing a documentary about it, and then other stuff. But I couldn't even remember his name. Just the other day, his name came to me, which is pretty cool. I always have his face. Like, if I could draw perfectly, I could actually draw his face, but I can't draw. But especially out of my mind. But I couldn't remember him, and it's weird because I remember the coach, and her name was Sabina Bucha, which is a crazy name to even read. How can I remember the name? Sabina Bucha, like, who remembers that? Like, that's not even, it's John, Eric, easy names to remember. Michelle, Sabina Butcher. Like, how do you? But I think because the name is just so strange, it just stuck in my head. Right. So we were able to, before we did that documentary, we were able to find Sabina in Germany, find the school, and but they don't keep the records of that stuff for so long. So we couldn't contact him, but somebody who's a spiritualist said something that made a lot of sense. The person said, maybe you should stop looking because maybe he's not meant to be found. Yeah, and I was like, oh yeah, that could be it. And the person was insinuating that was probably an angel in your life that was put there to save you, and now the angel's done his job, and that's it. So that's So a spiritualist told me something like this, and I was like, okay.
But it's crazy is that you've been to his house.
Yeah. One day I should just kind of take a trip. That Hunter Mountain bus, just to do it, to see if I could remember. I mean, it's gonna be so hard, but I mean, or it might not be. I mean, I don't know. It means probably changed a lot, but it's right next to Hunter. It's not far from Hunter Mountain, right? But I mean, it like I would need a car to actually do that, to to try to figure, because his house, it's not like it's in a bunch of houses. His house is like it has its own land.
Wow.
It's like a big space. So I mean, it might be possible to find it. I mean, even if you still live there, it's
like the spiritual person said, maybe he just don't want to be found.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, listen, because I like movies a lot. I like movies a lot, but this just sounds like the ending of a really bad movie. Really bad movie. The guy saved the kid's life. The kid went on to do great things. The kid went to look back for the guy, went to the wrong house and got killed.
That's true. Or the other story.
Or he finds the guy. or he finds the guy, but it could be a really bad movie, especially when the guy said maybe he's not meant to be found.
Right. Or maybe he could be that dude that / ping pong, help save kid, but / serial killer. I don't know.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Listen, hey, you never know, man. You never know. Like you just don't. It's like I realize that a lot. Like you can't take anything for granted, man, because you would just be like, "What, really?" Like I'll tell you a quick story. It's off topic, but if something comes to my head, I just like to say it. I used to have this friend that I used to. He was a friend in the fact that he played ping pong, and me and my other ping pong players, we all knew him. We used to go to Westchester tournaments. Hey, what's up, man? Pound, what's good, bro? Blah, blah, blah. And it was all Gucci, like all cool. Like every time we saw him, it was like the coolest dude in the world. Like, oh, we saw him, it was mad cool. He used to, hang with us and talk, and it was so cool, right? Then one day, one of the mothers of one of the kids got a little bit alarmed, right, because he was playing her son, and then the son said, "Wow, that was a great forehand," or something like that. Right. And then the guy said, "Yeah, I'm a part-time surgeon. My hands are amazing." And so the mom thought that to be inappropriate. I mean, I wouldn't have thought it was inappropriate, but I'm not a mom. And
she probably watches Dexter.
Maybe, maybe, but she thought it was, she thought it was really highly inappropriate. Right. So you know what she did? She Googled his name. Let me tell you what came up.
Not a good thing.
Was a pedophile.
Wow.
But not on a small scale. Like a famous pedophile. Like there was news articles about this shit. And I was like, whoa, man, this is a dude that we see every day. And we're like hanging out and it's cool. And we thinking he's like the coolest dude. Yeah, there was news articles, like big ones. Like TV news was, it was crazy. It was really crazy, man. It was one of the craziest experiences of things that looked one way that weren't exactly. I've never experienced something that looked so good but was so bad. I never had this experience the first time.
Hopefully he's in prison, right? Is he in prison?
I think so. What happened, that was some years ago. So he's out on that. He's finished from that.
Okay.
Situation. So apparently he was a teacher and he was having a relationship with a student, high school student. Yeah, it was crazy.
Wow.
When we looked it up, it was in the paper. There was news clips like on TV, and I was like, oh. So ever since that, I'm like, yeah, man. Like you just never know, man. You never know. It's so I mean that's off topic.
No.
If it comes to my head and it just came in my head, remember it?
No, it stays on to what we were talking about, because again, we don't know, the guy's story. And maybe it may be nothing, but it may be something. But that's the part of things that's in your head that you think about.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of weird that he don't want to be found, no information on him, this and this and that. Because you research something and something pops up on that person, like nothing,
Yeah.
and then there's nothing on this person. You kind of it's a part of being human.
Right. And the problem is, I don't remember his last name, man. I wish. I don't think I'm ever. I don't even think I knew his last name. I'm trying to remember. I might have not, because I'm really bad with names to begin with. I don't remember, and I forget everyone's name. I'm like the worst. I have people that work for us, man, and they've been there for like a year or two, and I still don't remember their names. Like I'm so bad with names. So, if I can remember his last name, that would be cool. But I don't know. I think there's really no way to find this guy, man, unless hopefully one day he's sitting at home and he's on a computer or something, and something pops up.
Yeah.
And then he reaches out.
Or he could have been at one of the stands in your matches, and you wouldn't know.
Yeah, imagine that.
Yeah.
Listen, I mean, I've heard stories like that, like people helping some people out and then disappearing, but being there in the distance.
Right. Because they, like he said, like the spiritual person said, that he was your angel. He was just there for a purpose.
Yeah.
And his purpose was done.
Yeah.
And maybe he's just tracking to making sure you stay on the right track. Because it goes back to that time where that one scene when you had your bag and the gun fell out.
Right.
And that dynamic changed everything.
Right.
And to me, I felt like he felt like, you know what? I'm in the right place at the right time. I need to help him, because if I don't help him, he's going to be locked up or he's going to die. I have to do this.
Right. You know what would be even a crazier scenario? That the guy actually doesn't want to be found, but he has all my articles and TV videos all somewhere on the walls. Like, that would be insane. Like, just all the articles I've ever been in and stuff. And then I bump into him and say, hey. He's like, oh, yeah, I've been following you all along.
Yeah.
That would be crazy, too.
And he's like that father figure that's there, but invisible. He's like that invisible father figure.
Yeah, definitely.
That's dope, man. And you do great charity work. You've been all around the world. Now let's talk about your experience in North Korea.
Oh.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
You said that's like the most dangerous country in the world. Talk about that.
Yeah, North Korea, for a Westerner, is a pretty dangerous place to be. It's as a Westerner, you're not allowed to have cell phone service. You're not allowed to have Wi-Fi, right? So no cell phone service, no Wi-Fi is already dangerous, right? Because you're immediately cut off from the rest of the world. What makes it even more dangerous, and I think this is the most dangerous part of it, is that when they check into the hotel, they take your passport. So that, for me, makes it the most dangerous place in the world, because if I need to get out, I can't get out at all. I can't contact no one, and I can't leave. So let's say I happen to be there, and then America starts beefing with North Korea, and something jumps off, then guess what? You think I'm gonna be able to get on a plane and get home? How? I can't. I have no passport to get on a plane and get home. So I'm stuck, right? So yeah, it's definitely by far. I've been all over the world. By far, the most dangerous country in the world.
And then talk about, because every American that goes to North Korea, they have like a designator, like someone that follows them, and
every Westerner.
Talk about that.
So what they do is they give you a guide. It's called a guide. Actually, the translation of guide is babysitter. Exactly what it is. It's a babysitter. It's not a guide. They're not guiding you anywhere. They're making sure you ain't doing nothing dumb, and just they're just babysitting you. And their job is to babysit you and report back, right? Because they have higher people that they need to report back, and they ask you a lot of questions. just I think which are really strange questions to ask people, right? I've never been to another country and someone said, "What do you think about our great leader or our president?" No one in the world of countries that I've been to ever in my life has ever asked me, "What do I think about their president?" It's never happened.
Right.
In North Korea, it did though, right? And you gotta be careful with that answer, because if you say some kind of dumb stuff, you might just disappear, right? So, yeah. So I mean, and it's real. It's not like it's fake. Like, you see what happened to that college kid that went there.
Yeah.
That died. So it's and that happened after me, actually. So he went is after I went. Right. So yeah, I mean, things can get bad really quickly. If especially if you're doing the wrong stuff, I learned when you go to people's country, you respect their rules, you respect their regulations, and you're most likely not gonna have a problem. If you go to people's country and you start doing dumb stuff, then you might have a problem, right? And especially in North Korea, you're gonna have a real problem. And the real problems can come from anything, right? Yeah. It can come from you just talking bad about their great leader.
Yeah.
Just she had to like just take me anywhere I wanted to go was with her.
Right.
I could not leave my hotel room. Couldn't just walk out and get some air. No, you can't. If you want air, she's gonna come take you. Oh, it's a funny thing. So I had been there a couple of days already, and I was like, oh my God, it's just crazy. Because my everyday life was hotel, practice hall, playing hall, tournament hall, practice hall, hotel. This was every day, same thing. And I asked her, I says, hey, can we go outside tomorrow? Like, can we go out? Now, when I say go, like, when an American says, can we go outside?
Right.
It means, can we go out? Like, go somewhere, like do something. That's what outside means.
Right.
So she goes, yes, tomorrow. Okay. So I'm very happy because, there's a park across the street. Beautiful park, big, and I can go to the park, walk around, And she comes to get me. Then we go downstairs and we walk right outside the hotel room. Right outside, like right there, where the cars pull in.
Right.
And then she gets on the phone and starts talking. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, she's talking on the phone.
Right.
I don't know what she's talking about. Maybe she's probably talking to the higher ups, whatever. And I'm like, hey, can we go across the street? Like the park?
Right.
Oh, no. It's forbidden. So this is outside? Like, really? Yeah. So it's definitely it's definitely that kind of place.
Do you feel like from that conversation that a part of it's like staged? Like she calls to like, let's make up these fake stuff now before this we have the American go outside and see how beautiful our country is. Let's hide all the people that we beat the shit out of, or
you won't get the opportunity to meet normal North Korean people.
Wow.
You'll meet like your guide. You'll meet the athletes, of course, because they're playing in a tournament.
Right.
But you're not gonna meet like the normal person walking in the street, right? Unless like there's some tours that you could take, and I wasn't really interested in doing any sightseeing stuff because from my research, a lot of American bashing things, and I won't be able to sit there and listen to this nonsense, and it'll be cool. So I'd probably say something dumb and then be arrested. So I declined to do any sightseeing stuff. But there is one point where they have this really beautiful train station that they show off to the world, and if you go in there, then you can see people coming up the escalator. Those people won't talk to you. Like those are normal people maybe, but they won't talk to you. So it's not like you communicate. I actually met a girl who was right Picture this: big ass hotel, and the only other American girl, well, she wasn't. I think she was from Canada. English speaking person is right across from me, like right in a big ass hotel.
Right.
The English person right across, because that's done on purpose, right? Because of course we're gonna talk and know what we're talking about and whatever. So, I was talking. I was like, "What are you doing here?" And she said that she saw something online where it was teach English in North Korea, and she said that it sounded so crazy that she'd apply for it, but she didn't think that it was even real.
Right.
So he teaches English, and so I asked. I was like, "So do you get to like hang out with the kids when you teach the students?" Because they're like, older kids.
Right.
And she said, no. She said, as soon as, first of all, there's someone there watching all the time.
Wow.
And as soon as she finished the class, they take her right away. So there's no recognizing with the students. Like every other school in the world, after class, some kids come talk to the teacher.
Yes.
But there, no, you're not. They can't. As soon as she finished, boom, immediately. So she cannot talk to the kids, right? Because they don't want your influence on their culture.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what it is. They really don't want any Western influence on in the country. Like, I'll tell you another story, very funny. So I never met really, I want to say brainwashed, because for me that's brainwashed. I really never met. I've met a lot of ignorant people, all over the world. Just, and when I say ignorant, I mean just real dumb ignorance, like real, like the kind of ignorance that you really can't believe. Like, what's happening? Like, is this like really happening? For example, now let's say like China, and mind you, I love China. So all the Chinese people listening, I love China. It's amazing.
Disclaimer.
I do love China. I love Chinese people. But there are some places, and those Chinese people listening will agree with me. There are some places where the ignorance is at an all-time high. Right. I've been at places where I went to shake people's hand, and you know what they did? Can you even guess what they did after they shook their hand?
Wash their hands? What did they do?
Nope. Look at their hand.
Wow.
See, the black came off.
Wow.
Now, that's not ignorant. Now, it's not racist. It's just ignorance, right? I've been in a situation where, so now my hair is growing out, but normally I have designs and it's bleach. I got people ask me, were you born like that? Yeah, I was born with a freaking crop circles in my head. This is how I was born. Right. Like, come on, bro. Like, common sense. Like, nobody's born like that. Like, but it's ignorance, right? So, I wanted to see what the level of, should I say ignorance or brainwashing? Either or,
right.
What the level was, because we hear about it in the media, we read about it, and in your mind, you say there's no way that can be that bad. It's the media just talking trash. So I started a conversation with my guide, and I said, hey, you guys really like me a lot. And I said that just to diffuse any kind of idea that was about something. Right. And I said, you guys really like me a lot, but why do you hate Westerners so much? Right. And she said, we don't hate Westerners. We just don't want the Western influence in our country. We want the pure Korean culture. I said, okay, us Westerners, yeah, we do go to countries and we mess stuff up, mess up the culture. Okay, I can agree with that. But do you understand that your country and every other country in the world needs influence of other countries in order to become great? Right. You cannot do it by yourself. No country has done it by themselves. Right? It's countries get stuff from other countries and all together, and that's how you become great. She said, nope, that's not true. Everything in their great country was done by their great leader, yada, yada, yada. And I said, well, your great leader has Western influence. right? So right now, this is a little dangerous
for you. Yeah.
This is like I'm walking on a tightrope right now. Like I got very good balance, but I'm on a tightrope nonetheless.
Right.
And I said, yo, greatly as West English. He said, no, it's not true. He has zero Western influence. Everything is through. They don't like the word North Korea. They like DPRK. So everything is through DPRK by DPRK, yada yada. And I said, okay, what about basketball? And she looked at me with the most honest face, serious. Basketball? Created by a great leader. And in my mind, I just wanted to say, you stupid retard. Like, I'm not even gonna say the word, but I just wanted to, like, are you serious? Like, even if you're a really dumb person, just calculate.
Yeah.
How old is your great leader? When did he create basketball? When he was like 5? Like, it doesn't even make sense, right? So then I left that one alone, and I wanted to get deeper, which was really dangerous. But I wanted to get deeper, and I go, okay. So I didn't refute any of the basketball stuff, but in my head, I was thinking all kinds of crazy stuff. So then I said, okay. I said, do you know your great leader studied outside of North Korea? Right?
Right.
She goes, no, that's not true. I said, yeah, it's true. It's true. The whole world knows. And then now I'm forgetting my purpose. Right? Because I'm getting pissed off now because it's like, yo, you're dumb. Like you're just talking nonsense that doesn't even make sense. Like, and now, the hood starts to come out of me, and I start getting angry, and I start forgetting the whole purpose of me asking these questions. And I'm like, yo, everyone knows this. It's all over the world. He studied in Switzerland. This is a fact. It's known. And then she goes, it is not true. He did not study. And I was like, oh man, you know what? Damn, I'm so stupid. The president. Yo, I'm so dumb. It's the Cuban president. I got out of that shit real fast. Because let me tell you, if I would have kept pushing that, yeah, you would have been reading about me in the paper. That's
right.
Wally Green, stuck in North Korea, doing 15 years hard labor. Yeah. Listen. It's people don't realize it is that dangerous. Like that conversation, I could have been like, luckily, and this brings me back, to how I grew up and all my gang activity. Like people always ask me, would you? And this brings back to the regret thing. Right. Would you ever go back and change from being in gangs, carrying guns? The answer is no, because that kind of stuff saved me from stuff like that. Because of being in gangs, because of always having to watch my back, because of always having to use my brain so I don't get killed, I knew how to get out of that, and I got out of it immediately. As soon as I sensed it, it wasn't like I had to think about it. It was boom, before she even finished her sentence, boom, out of it, boom. Listen, that kind of stuff, you can't learn that. That's not you don't go to school for that. You don't. I think someone else in my position would have got 15 years. Yeah. But you don't learn that. This is natural. It's something that you grow up. This is, growing up in that environment. And I get out of it real fast, man. Real fast. And genuinely. And I left that conversation alone. Did not stayed away from it. And I was like, yeah, bro. I was like, that was way, in my mind, I'm just thinking, I'm playing chess. And I'm like, oh, man, yo, you're going to get arrested right now, bro. You get out of this. Get out of this right now. And I got out. And yeah.
And things happen for a reason too. And I think we're not trying to, disclaimer, not trying to glorify gangs and join gangs. So let me just there is that what that taught you was you learned how to read the room.
Yes.
And you understood the tension in that room having that conversation with your babysitter.
Yes.
And you understood those trigger words. It's like, if I say this, I'm gonna be here for the rest of my life.
Yo, for real. And it's serious. Like people don't realize like when I tell this story, people laugh, but they don't realize how close, how quickly that could have turned. Let's say I just let my anger take over. I've been arguing with the girl.
Yeah.
And I love to argue. I've been arguing and I'd have been arrested. Yeah, so yeah, it was really, that was the most intense part of the trip, was that conversation.
And that was on the last day, because I remember in the interview you said the last day was the scariest day for you. Was that the last day?
Yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah. The last day was really funny because then I let my anger get a little. I totally forgot about that. You reminded me about that. Yeah, man. The last day, because I was fed up and I wanted to get the hell out of there, and I told my guys, "Listen, I want to leave tomorrow." I just wanted to be out. I was already had enough, and it was just. I mean, listen, you cannot cut people from the rest of the world and think that they're going to be happy there, right? I can do it for a little bit. After a while, I'm like, yo, I need to get out of this. I told her, I want to leave tomorrow. And I was adamant about tomorrow. She's like, well, I don't know. No, it's possible. Because now at this point, I'm stressed out and I want to get out. And now I don't care. Now I'm at the point where I don't care now.
Yeah.
I want to get out of here. And she's like, well, I'm not sure. No, it's possible. Because before I got on this flight to come here, I asked the people that bought the ticket from, if I need to go back at any time, can I go back? And they told me, you can come back anytime. Just tell your guide, they'll arrange the flight. So I want to leave tomorrow. And that's exactly the way I spoke. And I was already fed up. You know, there's a point to where you get when you just want to get out and you don't care anymore. And that's how it was. I was already like, I can't do it anymore. I want to get out. Now. Right? And then she gave me this like bad look. And and she definitely wasn't happy with my tone, but I didn't care because I wanted to leave. and so the next day, she says she's gonna reach out to me, call me in the room. So she called me. She goes, tomorrow 6 a.m. Be ready. That was it. Okay, that's kind of weird. 6 a.m. Be ready. Okay, but I want to get out of here.
Right.
So the next day comes and it's like 6 a.m. This is so funny. You remind me of it because I always forget about this part of the story. 6 a.m. comes. They come get me. Right now, check it out. It's me, her in the back, another guy driving, and another one sitting in the seat. And I'm like, and I'm just reading this shit, and I'm like, oh man, this is not looking. This is. Oh, and then they drive away. And I'm like, yo, you guys got my passport? Oh, no. What? So then we got to go back to the hotel to get my passport because they forgot the passport. How you forgot my passport?
Right.
So that made me think that you trying to take me somewhere else. So I was like, oh, this is real. So I took a pen out of my bag. I took a pen and I just put it in my hand. And I said, listen, if I'm going down, someone's going down for sure. It's not even like, I'm gonna stab this girl in the neck. Like I was ready. And so then they drove, and the road that they took wasn't the same road. And I'm sure they did it on purpose because I remember the way coming. Right. This was a back route. And I was like, oh shit, man. Maybe these people are trying to take me to some camp or something. Right. It didn't look right. And I was a little bit worried, man. I was a little bit worried. I had the pen in my hand like this. And I was like, yo, if anybody touch me, I'm going right for the throat. So because I'm gonna die. If somebody touched me, that means I'm dying here. So someone can die with me. It's not even happening. And then we pull out of this area, come out, and I see the airport. And I was like,
hallelujah.
Oh my God. I was like, yo, the airport. I saw the airport. I was happy. I was so happy, man. And I'm sure they did that on purpose. I don't think there was any reason to take that kind of road. Mm-hmm. I'm sure that's like a scare tactic, like scare you to maybe not saying that when you go back. I don't know, all those kind of things for me are like scare tactics. And I don't do scare tactics, man. At 13, I had 6 guns. Man, I had guns put to my head, shot at. it don't work, man. I mean, I was scared, at the time, but yeah, it was really crazy. It was just, I was like, yeah, because then I started thinking about the conversation, about me getting upset. In that position, you start thinking about a lot of stuff. So I'm like, the conversation we had the other day, where she got upset. Now I made her upset again because I want to go home. Maybe they're like, yo, screw this dude, man. Yeah.
But hearing that story, that made me feel like you're too vulnerable. You're too not vulnerable, but you're too valuable. You're this recognized black athlete that's in North Korea.
Yeah.
If he's mysteriously disappeared, that's bad for them.
Yes. So the difference between me and anyone else who's going to North Korea is that I'm going representing my country. And this is a ITTF competition, which is International Table Tennis, governed by the International Table Tennis Federation, not governed by North Korean Table Tennis Federation. So what that means is, if anything happens to me, it's an international affair. If you go there as a tourist, something happens to you, it's not an international affair. It's a U.S. affair. Very different. So yeah, I do have that protection from the international community. So that I knew that already. So that's another reason why I wasn't that scared, that worried. But that part was really scary, but the whole trip wasn't scary. I don't want people to think that like I was stressed out. I mean, the best part of the trip was when I made the connection, with the whole point I went there. I mean, so people probably wondering why the hell I went to North Korea. And the reason I went there was in American history, 1971. America established relations with China. If you know anything about China in 1970s, China was like extreme communism. And it was extreme communism, like you do not talk to Americans ever, or we will punish you. Like it's not even a conversation, right? And China and America established relations through ping pong. Yeah. So it's called the ping pong diplomacy. Hence, you got the movie Forrest Gump. That's kind of what it bases on. Not based on it, but it touches on that subject. So when I saw this competition, I wanted to do my own or recreate my own history. Right. I wanted to make my own history and say, you know what? I want to do that same thing, but in North Korea when they had this competition. And nobody would go with me. And I had no plan. Right. That's the funny thing is I had no plan. I knew what I wanted to do. Right. I didn't know how I was going to do it. But the first thing is action. You take the action, get there. You got to get there first. If you don't get there. And then I knew, I just had a feeling that once I got there, it'll come. If it's meant to be, it's going to happen. Yeah. So luck. And it was luck. It was luck because, I could have played against a Chinese and a Vietnamese. Right. And not the North Korean. But lucky for me, I got to play a North Korean. And the reason why I was lucky was because playing the North Korean is how the whole diplomacy started. If I didn't have a North Korean to play with, then there was really no way that I could have done this diplomacy. So I played the Chinese guy, then I got to play the North Korean guy. And now when I'm coming out with the North Korean, right, it's the umpire, North Korean guy, umpire, and me. We're walking out. Now there's about maybe, I think like 5,000, a couple thousand people in the audience watching this table tennis competition. Right. And you gotta remember, 100% of the people watching are North Korean, right? There are no other people. There ain't no Americans sitting in the stands or Europeans sitting. No, it's all North Korean. So I'm walking out with this guy, and you can just feel the eyes on you, like the eyes. First of all, I'm American. Right. That's already a no-no. Second of all, I'm a black dude with bleached hair, with crazy designs in it. They probably never even seen this before because you're only allowed to have a certain kind of haircut in North Korea. So they're probably saying, whoa, what the hell is this coming out of here? And people are just staring, and you feel it. You feel the eyes on like all over your body, and you're like, it's so eerie. It's crazy. I mean, if you've never been in a situation like that, it's just crazy just to feel that. I mean, if you're a black person, go into like an all-white racist neighborhood and see how you feel. If you're a white person, go into an all-black racist neighborhood and see how you feel. That's how you feel. It's just crazy. You're like, whoa. And it makes it worse because you can't do nothing about it. At least in those neighborhoods, you can run away.
Yeah.
Here, there's nowhere for me to run. Where I'm running, nowhere. I don't even got a
password.
down the country, right? So we come out, right, and we start to play the match. And first 5 points I win because I'm focused. Once the match starts 0-0, I go to focus mode. I don't care about anything else.
Right.
I start playing. I'm going fire. Ah! And every time I made a point, there was a sound like this, like the most disapproval sound.
Right.
Now, if one person was making it, that's fine.
Right.
You got all 5,000 people making the same sound. Now, picture that. How would that feel if everyone's going like this, like
unacceptable?
And I was like, "Whoa, this is crazy. This is the most insane thing I've ever seen." Because I'm usually the underdog, so I never felt the other side of not being an underdog,
right?
Or just people not liking me. I never felt this. Usually I go to tournaments, everybody likes me. The fans like me, everybody likes me. This is the first time people were like, and so then the guy made the first point, and they started clapping in unison.
Right.
Another point, then it got louder. Another point. Yo, they were clapping as if it was the finals of the Olympics.
Wow. This
was the preliminary round, the round robin of groups. It wasn't even first round yet. It was the groups. And they were crazy, clapping. And I was like, whoa. And it was crazy because it was so loud. And they were really rooting for their countryman.
Wow.
And it was crazy because I didn't know how to react. I'd never been in a position where people were where every single person is against me. Every person, and it's so loud I couldn't concentrate, and I was like, oh my god. And I had to pause because I was like, whoa, this is crazy. I can't concentrate. I couldn't concentrate because it was so loud.
Right.
And then I just looked up and I started smiling just like this, exactly. And then when I looked up and smiled, just the way I smiled just now, it started a chain reaction of people smiling and laughing. And I was like, oh, wow. That's weird. So I tried it again. Looked up, smiled. Everyone started smiling and laughing. And it was a chain reaction of everyone in the hall smiling and laughing. And I was like, boom, this is it. I said, this is where it takes place. This is how I'm going to create this difference. This is where this diplomacy is going to take place. This is it right here. So I didn't care about the match. I didn't care about winning more because now my purpose for being there was coming into place. I've already got the crowd. I've connected with these people who hate me. Connection with people who hate me. And I was like, yes, this is it. I got them smiling. No more of the sound, right? Yeah. Now they're smiling. And every time I would play, I would look up and I would smile. And on purpose, and they would smile. It became like a comedy. And they would laugh and smile, right? And so at the end, the guy won. The North Korean guy won, right? Good. He was really good, man. The guy was definitely better than me. I mean, I think I took him off guard in the beginning, and that's why he was kind of nervous. But once people started cheering for him, the guy was getting on fire. Of course, I had some good points, some funny ones, and great stuff, but he was good. He's better than me. That's it. And at the end, you have to shake each other's hands. I mean, it's sport etiquette. Yeah. Right? So he comes to me to shake my hand. Well, we go to each other. Actually, mostly me go to him. Right. He's kind of like really not. He's not really trying to shake my hand. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm the devil. I'm evil. I'm American. So he doesn't really want to shake my hand, but he has to. Right. So if you ever shake someone's hand who doesn't want to shake your hand, they don't give you the whole hand, right? They give you like a little touch like this. Man, this guy tried to give me that little touch hand thing. I grabbed him by the arm, pulled him in, and gave him a huge hug. Like the biggest hug. He's probably never had a hug like this in his life. Hugged him. And the people went nuts. People were just clapping and cheering. They went crazy, right? I'm sure he's never had a hug. I'm sure they've never seen an American probably hug this dude in this major event, right? And the even more important thing, my camera is facing my back, which is his front.
Right.
Right? Because I'm filming everything I did every day. Facing his back, film, which is his front. And at first you saw his face, it was like, and then I got a smile. A brief, quick smile, right? Now that you can't fake.
No.
Right? That you can't make up. That there's no way. That's natural as hell. Got a real smile from this dude. And that's the reason why I went all the way to North Korea to do this diplomacy. Because I always say, there's one thing really important. You cannot change people overnight. It doesn't happen. It will not happen. And if it does, more power to you. But most likely, it doesn't happen. People don't change overnight. But what you can do is you can plant the seed. You can plant the seed for change, right? And that's what I did. I planted the seed with my smile that I gave to everyone. I could have been like, yo, shut the F up. People make too much noise. Let me concentrate. I could have bring the hood out and got real crazy, right? But I didn't do that. First of all, I didn't want to go to the 15-year labor camp. And then secondly, I had a purpose to be there, to make peace. So, you can't make people change overnight, but you plant that seed, for the rest of this dude's life, for the rest of his life till he dies. He's going to remember this black dude with the crazy hair from America who gave him the biggest hug, showed him nothing but love in his own country. All those people that were watching, there's no way in their life they can't forget me, more or less, me hugging their countryman, showing the respect and love, right? So they're always going to remember that. And maybe in the future, maybe their a great leader might say something negative about America, and someone's going to say, well, you know what? I remember that guy from America that came some years ago, and he gave, our countryman a huge hug. And that's how the change starts, right? They saw something very positive coming from me, and they're always going to remember it, and makes you think. The devil is not going to come and give you a hug, right? Yeah. Someone who's evil, who doesn't like you, is not going to come give you a hug and smile to you, right? So it makes people think. And just getting your brain thinking is what's going to create the change, hopefully. So yeah, it was super, super amazing. And I was very satisfied with the whole diplomacy and the way it worked out. I mean, because like I said, there was zero plan for this. So it was really amazing the way it actually ended.
And it's like a storybook ending where you have a kid from the projects going to North Korea with that mindset of diplomacy. Yeah. In that moment in time, you did it. In that moment in time, you did it. And that's something that's never going to be taken away. You probably changed that man's perspective on American, especially a black man from America. You changed his perspective, and that's powerful. Yes.
It was every time I look at that film where I'm hugging him, and people can see it online. I posted it online. It is just really just to see that little smile. It was like, oh yeah, I got you, bro. I got you. I got you. I'm in your head.
Yes. And you did get him. And also bringing up smile before we end it. Talk about the cell phone thing. Using the cell phone because you were on Steve Harvey. And how did that happen?
Oh, the Steve Harvey thing happened after I did another big event in Virginia Beach. I did a big charity called Ping Pong for Poverty. So it's a big charity that helps homeless people and things like that. And we did it using ping pong. And they had a news TV station, and I was talking about, there's a brief part of my life where I was homeless, and I was right after the part where I had the issue where I had to leave my house because I killed my stepfather and my mom. So I talk about that, and I was explaining about how you know, I think like homeless people are misunderstood a lot. Like people think, oh, he's homeless, he's a bum, and he's an annoying thing. And I'm like, that's not the case. Like there's people that are extremely intelligent, and shit just happened, whether it be drugs, whether it be whatever. I mean, to become homeless doesn't mean you're a bum. Your house can burn down today. Tomorrow you are homeless. And if you're not able to live somewhere else, then you live in the street, and then you become homeless. So it's not something that, like, a lot of people think that, oh yeah, a lot of times people choose that. No, nobody. Listen, I don't know any homeless person in the world. If I say, yo, I got a 5-star mansion for you to live in, they're gonna say, you know what? No, I don't want that. I want to be homeless. No, I don't know any. I don't know any single person home, and I know a lot of homeless people because, like you see in the video, one of the guys in my video is homeless, right? So in my documentary, so nobody wants that, right? But stuff happens, and so I was talking about that on the show, and then somehow the producers of Steve Harvey saw this show, and I was in Virginia Beach, and they were like, hey, oh man, we love your story, we want you to come to Chicago to Steve wants you to come to Chicago to interview you. And I was like, oh wow, Steve Harvey? Oh yeah, I like Steve Harvey. The guy is so funny. So after that, I flew to Chicago to go be on a Steve Harvey show. And it was cool, man, because in the process of that, I met Judge Mantis. And I think Judge Mantis is hilarious too. He's so funny. So I met him like in the studio. I was like, oh snap, yo, Judge Mantis, what's up? He was like, hey, he's super cool. I was like, hey man, I love your show. You're really cool. And then he was like, what are you doing? I said, oh, I'm gonna be on Steve's show. He's like, oh, that's cool. And then so that's how the interview with Steve happened. And I got to play him with my cell phone. And it was really funny because I did this funny serve and he missed it completely. Then he started talking trash to me. Then I did the serve again and he ripped it on the table. I don't even know how he made that shot. I think I was set up. I think maybe he played a little bit before. I think it was a whole setup. I did that same serve and he ripped it on the table and he was talking trash. At the time I had my hair, it was bleached like orange, like a dark orange. And he's like, you're not gonna come up in my house with your red head. And boom! He's like, do it again. Boom! And hit it. And I was like, whoa! And he made the play. It was so funny. Yeah, it was really cool, to do the Steve Harvey show because he was really, really cool dude. Then after we went back, they had like this back office, and he sat down. He had this like really cool cigar box. Opened up the box, did the cut with the cigar, smoking the cigar. Started talking about the hood. Like it was really cool. It was a really cool experience.
That's dope, man. But yeah, just talk about the idea behind this, the cell phone, playing with the cell phone.
Oh man, so the cell phone thing is you're gonna see. I got some videos coming up soon for TikTok. They're gonna go viral. The cell phone thing, man, I love playing with my cell phone. And the way I started playing with the cell phone is that I was asked to do Tennis Channel Open exhibition. So Tennis Channel Open is in Vegas, and where all the pros come to play tournament. So they wanted a ping pong exhibition. So one I did it a couple times. Then one time, the person I was supposed to play with was from Las Vegas, did not show up.
Oh wow!
And I was like, what am I gonna do to all these kids? Like, I don't know. And I had a small flip phone at the time, and I was like, let me try to play with this phone. Let me try. And I could do it. So I played all the kids with my phone. And this is like, I don't know, 9 years ago. And I played all the kids with my phone. And I've been doing it since then. Phone got a little bigger. I mean, now I play with only an iPhone 6. So all you people who have an iPhone 6, you can't use it anymore because iPhone 6 is old, man. Come on, give it the program, 12 Pro. Just send me the iPhone 6s. Send them. I play with iPhone 6. Listen, iPhone 6 is the only phone I can play with. No 7s, no 8s, no 10Rs, no 5s, no 4s. iPhone 6 because it's very light. iPhone 6 is the lightest of the phones, and it's the easiest one for me to play with. And so I've played a lot of people with my cell phone. Recently, most recent Before the pandemic, I played Saquon Barkley. He thought he could get with no chance. Saquon, if you listen to this, always welcome to a rematch. You know where I am. You know where to find me, bro. Anytime. So I play a lot of people with a cell phone. Just the other day, Friday I had a really good match. Friday, and I'm gonna post it soon. I'm gonna edit and post. There was, now my club is back up, and Friday was the first time post pandemic that it actually felt like we're back. And Friday night party, and we had the lights going on. We have a center table that has extraordinary like lights, blue and with these music lights. It's crazy. And this guy had a birthday there. His name is Jake. Still remember his name. Shouted him out, and then he said he want to play me. He said he thinks he could beat me, my cell phone. And I was like, no, bro, you can't beat my cell phone. And we had a good match, and of course I beat him. I don't know if that is. But yeah, it was really good. So playing with the cell phone, it just to show people how difficult this sport is. Like everyone thinks they're good at ping pong. It's one of the sports. There's very few sports that people can think they're good at and not be good, right? And it's also one of the sports that you can look better than you are. There's no other sport that this happens. If you play basketball every day, if you go and you shoot hoops every day, you will be better than the average person at something. Yeah. Jump shots, whether it's layups, you will be. There's no way. If you play tennis every day and you go and do it every day, you will be better. In this sport, you can play 20 years and still be trash. It's the only sport because there's so many things that you cannot learn by yourself. Where you need someone to teach you. There's so many weird, like really weird things. Like I'll give a perfect example of this is, and you probably played some ping pong, right?
Yeah.
But I'm sure no one has ever told you in your life, and everyone listening, you've never heard that your elbow needs to be in front of your body, right? So what that means, it's really weird. So if you can put it down a little bit. So this is what normal people do. Right. So here we go. So normal people are like this. This is wrong. Right. You need to be here in front. See this? Very weird to do. And then you need to turn your hand and you need to turn your body to hit. Right? Very weird. And a thing like that, if someone doesn't teach you, you will never, ever, ever by mistake do it. It's just not going to happen. Basketball, if you shoot a ball, I don't have to teach you for the ball to roll off your hands because that's just natural, right? You'll get it eventually. But this kind of thing, no one will get it by themselves. So this sport, it requires you to have a coach. It requires you to learn, and that's why people can play 20. I have guys coming to my club. Yeah, I've been playing 25 years. There's no way you're gonna beat me with a cell phone. Easy. Done. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I play tennis. D1. Okay. Done. It's like, and it's funny because about a month ago, this guy came to my club and a little bit drunk, a little bit obnoxious, and I'm playing with my friend. He came wanted to bother me. Right. Oh, my girlfriend is a D1 tennis player. She can take you guys. And I said, $1,000. I didn't even see her play. The fact that you said she was D1 tennis player, $1,000. Let's go. And the guy started to really want to pay the money. They put it down. And the girl was like, no, don't bet. And I was like, just let him bet. Yo, if you want to with money, just let him bet. And the guy was like, she's a D1 tennis player. She's so good at ping pong, and there's no way you're going to. And at the time, I wasn't even using my cell phone. I was using my little mini paddle, which is absolutely zero chance. At least a cell phone, maybe she had a little bit of chance. With the little mini paddle I use, it's like playing with my normal paddle. And I play players who actually train every day, players who play the sport and know the sport with this little paddle. So it was really I could bet $1 million. Listen, I would put this out there right now. I'll put this out there right now for anyone in the entire world who's never played professional ping pong, you can come play me with my little, I'll use my little paddle, and I guarantee you will lose. You can put, as a matter of fact, you can, I'm so confident that you could, whatever money you put, I can double that money.
Wow.
You will lose. Because this game, there's too many things going on. The services, the way we serve, the way I can fake a contact and contact a different way. So anyway, the guy was going crazy, man. I was like, listen, yo, you need to chill. I was like, just put the money down. And the girl wouldn't let him. So I wind up playing the girl anyway. And it was like no chance. It was really no chance. So this is one of the sports that everyone has possibly played at one time or another. And everyone thinks they're really good because they're the best in their street or in their high school, where there are no real like high school table tennis clubs. So, they have a club and they think they're the best, and so they play there. Yeah. So yeah, it's so playing with the phone just shows you, like, after you get beat with I mean, just think about how you feel. You thought you were the best at ping pong, but a guy just beat you, not with a paddle, with a phone. Now you realize that you're not as good as you think you are, right? If you lost to a phone. So yeah, so that's why I use the phone a lot. I love the phone. It's just so fun because the little paddle is way too easy for me. But the phone, it's a challenge. You know, some people are good. It's like some people have a very basement, or they understand tennis, so they understand the top spins. You have to work a little bit harder. You have to work a little bit harder. But you know, I have serves that I do with the phone that people can't return. I have certain motions that I do that just throw people off. And yeah, I use the phone, man. Just to show them it's not that easy, bro.
Yeah, and it's about respecting the game. That's what it is.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, think about it.
Yeah, you're not going to play LeBron, like, oh, yeah, I could beat LeBron. No, you're not going to beat LeBron.
Exactly.
And it's about respecting the game.
And that's the other thing. And that's another thing I'm talking about. Oh my God. Listen, you just said it perfectly. Right? No one in college or high school says, yo, you know what? I'm gonna beat LeBron. No, you're not. You know what? Look at what happened to that college kid that was talking trash about Michael Jordan. What happened?
Yeah.
Got schooled hard. It was hard. You got schooled hard, bro, by a dude who stopped playing for like 15 years. Right? So it's exactly the same thing.
Man.
It's funny.
No, but it's true, man. But at the end of the day, that's what it's about. It's about respecting the game. Put some respect on ping pong.
Right.
Because it is a hard sport. To me, I equate it to like chess because, it's the mental aspect of the game.
Yeah.
Angles, like the things you alluded to earlier. These are things you have to think in the heat of battle.
Right.
You have to think like 4 steps ahead of your challenger. And
I'll tell you something. Ping pong is chess. I bet you know that.
I didn't know that.
Listen, you have to remember it. The ball is one of the fastest sports in the world, right? So it takes 1/10 of a second to decide what you're going to do. Humans can't think at 1/10 of a second. So what you have to do is you have to chess move people, right? So I give you a perfect scenario. I say, I'm going to serve this side spin, top spin. He's most likely going to return it wide to my forehand. I'm going to play that forehand down the line and to his forehand. If he gets it back, then I'm going to go to the middle. That's all chess moves. So I've already put 4 or 5 different scenarios in my head that I'm going to try to play out. But if they don't work, then I'm going to go with something else. So every time we play ping pong, we mention chess. It is, and not only mentally it's like chess, our rating system is almost exactly like chess. It's the same kind of thing where 2,300 players, very high player, 15, 16, 1,200 players, a lower player. But it's high speed chess. It's speed chess when you play. And everything that you do, you need to think 3, 4, 5 moves ahead of time because you don't have time to react. And if you're reacting, you're not winning. right? You're not winning. It's the same thing like when I play paddle tennis. Paddle tennis is a very fast, small tennis court. It's not pickleball. It's a very fast sport, very quick. And I do a lot of crazy stuff, meaning people will blast the ball at me,
Right.
and I'll volley, and then they blast a second, blast it, and then I'll double backhand kill it. And it doesn't make sense. Like, how can you double backhand kill it? Because I've already chess moved him. I've already said he's going to do this ball right now, and I'm ready, and I'm there waiting for it. It's not like I didn't react to the hit. I've already decided what I was going to do before he made the connection. So yeah, it's all chess for me, and I don't even know how to play chess.
But if he did, you just you're right there. If he wanted to pick up and play, you'd probably be pretty good at chess.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. But man, I appreciate you jumping on the podcast with me, man. This was an awesome conversation, man. You're always welcome to come back here. But before we end the show, man, tell people where they can find you.
Oh man, just hit me up on Instagram, Wally Green NYC. I'm trying to get my account verified. I have everything that you need to get verified except the numbers. And that's because I didn't really use my Instagram. And they say that it's not about the numbers, but it is about
It's about the numbers.
Don't listen. Instagram says it's not BS. It's about numbers, because I applied and they never denied me. They just didn't answer me. So they're like, this dude wants to get verified. He doesn't even use Instagram. He's got like 3,700 followers. Like, screw this dude, bro. Like, they didn't even deny me, because they can't deny me.
Because that's you.
Right. And the thing is, they can't deny me because I actually fall into all their requirements for being verified. But they won't verify you at 3,700. So I'm now, as of like last week, I'm going to start popping my Instagram. I'm start to get my Instagram up at least to like 10, 20, 30,000. And then I'm going to hit them up again. Say, look, numbers up, bro. You can't deny me now.
Get that verify on that. But you know what? At the end of the day, you don't need that verify. You're verified already, brother.
Verified, exactly. Right, I'm already verified, bro. The funniest thing I get is people go to my Instagram. Right? So first they meet me, and everyone Googles everyone today. This is the whole thing. Google people. And then they see all the shit I've done. And then they go to my Instagram. They're like, yo, you should have 1 million followers already. And I'm like, yeah, I know. It's the most thing that I get is this. You should have 100,000. You should have. And I say, I know, but I never used. Let me tell you, I didn't start using social media until Clubhouse. When Clubhouse came, then I started to use social media. And that's been like 7-8 months now. I think I've been on Clubhouse about 7 months, 7 or 8 months. And I didn't, September, right? So actually, September 20. So wow, it's almost a year. Wow, damn, it went by that fast. Holy cow. So I've been on it about a year. And prior to that, Instagram, I had it. I didn't use it. I didn't care. TikTok, I was like, TikTok is for kids. I was like, TikTok is for kids. I'm not getting on TikTok. I didn't know anything about social media, zero. But because of Clubhouse now I'm doing TikTok masterclasses.
Nice.
People how to build their TikTok. I understand Instagram thoroughly. Good. And if I want my Instagram, actually there's something I could do, but I don't really want to do. I don't have the time to do that. Right. If I just make a new account and then repost all my videos into Reels, like make a new account and all my videos, repost everything into Reels, I'll build 10,000 followers. Easy, quick and easy. Now my account is in a really bad spot because I didn't use it and I didn't really engage. Right. So that's what happens to your account when you don't engage and when you don't use it. It doesn't. They figure, well, he's not using it. Why would they want to push your content out?
Right.
But yeah, so that would be the thing to do, to restart. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to restart the account. I'll just wait till like all my big stuff come out.
And then they hit them in the face like, this is what I'm doing. And people are like, oh, damn, yeah, I need to follow him.
Yeah, I'll wait. I have some big stuff coming out. That New York Times thing is going to be huge.
I can't wait for that. But yeah, man, let's before we end it, what's coming out? What's coming through the pipeline that people
Oh
need to look
man,
out for?
so I just recently did a really huge New York Times interview, 4-day interview, which is crazy. I've never done an interview that lasted days. I've
Wow.
done, never. And so that I think is going to be really huge because the reporter is super well known, and the photo shoot I think is going to be sometime next week. So it's a photo shoot as well.
Wow.
4 days. They're going to follow me around for a couple of days to photo shoot me. So this is a pretty big article, and I'm going to tell them that they need to put my Instagram. they
Yeah.
got to put my Instagram in there. Like,
Or a quick idea is like see if you can have access of those videos that they take
yeah.
that you post as like look out coming soon or something like that. To
Oh
give
yeah,
people
right. That's a good idea too. But they need to put my Instagram. Like,
Yeah.
actually, I should have said that from the beginning. But I will tell her that you guys need to like put my Instagram because it sucks when you get like a huge article and then people can't find you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm easy to find through Google, but it's much easier when there's something that they can say, oh yeah, this is it. So
It's a part of that algorithm too.
yeah,
Running that algorithm when it's
right.
out there and people are reposting it or liking it, this and that. That's a way where people could find it. So yeah, man. And what else? What else is going on? What else is popping?
Another thing I did was I did a Steph Curry podcast.
Nice.
So he has an 8 series podcast coming out early 2022, and
Nice.
that talks. They picked 8 athletes, and I think actually his story is one of them. I didn't know. I don't really know Steph Curry's story, but apparently he has a really good story.
Mm.
So he's also one of his own people in his own podcast, and I'm one of them, and that was really fun. I think we're gonna do a part 2 actually, because we didn't get to finish. We didn't even touch on North Korea yet, so I think there's gonna be some kind of part 2 or whatever. But that's coming out, and then just trying to. I'm on the grind. I'm always on the grind, man. I'm like the most grinding person ever. I've been slacking on my Clubhouse though. I've been
I
slacking.
don't know. I think to be honest with you, I think people are getting sick of Clubhouse.
Yeah. I've been slacking. Like I haven't done my English room in like I don't know, like a month. I set one up for Sunday. Was yesterday. Well, what's today? Today's Sunday.
Today's Sunday, yeah.
Yeah, so I was supposed to do one this morning, and I totally didn't wake up in time for it. But I need to get back. I need to get back to, at least to my English conversation, because that's where a lot of people around the world come,
Right.
and I make these great topics that they can talk about, and it's super fun. So I just need to figure out another time besides 8 o'clock in the morning to do it. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Man, and again, man, I appreciate you for coming on. You're always welcome here on this platform. Dads is not a noun. Yeah, man. Thank you again. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Yes.
Another great interview with this amazing brother, and more interviews coming soon. And we're out. Peace.